What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant back again. And before we get started, if y'all don't mind, please like this video, share this video, as well as leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking as well. And also hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already, please sub to the channel, as I'm always dropping videos, going live, all things sports. You can find them here. All right, let's get busy because Javante Tank Davis is an interesting character, and I don't think he's displayed his interesting ways anymore. There's been plenty of Javante Tank Davis stories you can pick from, but I think the most interesting of them all is this all of a sudden friendship, bestie type friendship that he has developed with Ryan Garcia. Um, Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We all know that Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis had a very entertaining boxing match about this time last year, resulted with Tank Davis getting the TKO. Essentially, Ryan Garcia quit after a nice hook from Tank Davis to the chest. But from that point on, it seems like these two have been mighty friendly with one another. And I got a suspicion, I'm going to just throw this out there. I got a suspicion that Tank is juicing, man. I think Tank is on the juice. My primary reason for that is because before his fight with himself and Frank Martin, he requested that there be no VADA drug testing. The same, VADA that caught Ryan Garcia cheating, and is the whole reason why we've dived into this rabbit hole of Ryan Garcia and trying to figure out, how he cheated, why he cheated, and all this good stuff. Man, I think that Javante Tank Davis could have just stayed on code. He could have just stayed out of this situation, but he interjected himself into all of this mess, this hoopla of a mess, because he decided to respond to a fan and say that a fan that was on Ryan Garcia's heels. He decided to respond to this fan saying that Ryan Garcia did not cheat, in his opinion, which is crazy. It's crazy. Like I say, Javante could have just stayed on code, could have just stayed out of it, but he decided to, get in the middle of it. And now I think it's time to press Tank Davis the same way we're pressing. And this is a letter to the real sports fans out here. I mean, the real boxing fans. Excuse me. I was watching ESPN, but this is a message to the real boxing fans. It's time to press Tank Davis, man. You know what I mean? The same way we've been pressing Ryan Garcia, because Tank had no reason to interject himself in the situation. And I understand that Tank has a dislike for Devin Haney, but there's no amount of hate in the world that could be bound up in your heart that would make you advocate for a cheater. You know what I mean? Devin Haney was cheated. Ryan Garcia didn't beat him fair or square. Ryan Garcia didn't go into the boxing ring prepared and ready to beat Devin Haney and then left there, with a win and a victory. No, none of that. Ryan Garcia, in fact, to his credit, he confessed. He let us know that he was going to cheat, and then proceeded to do so. We just didn't know how bad it was as far as him being overweight and on PEDs. Two cardinal sins in boxing, by the way. Don't let these casual boxing fans or these Ryan Garcia fans try to manipulate you into thinking anything else. The two biggest sins outside of not showing up for your fight is coming in overweight, off weight, and being on illegal substances. So Ryan Garcia violated the two cardinal sins in boxing, and Tank Davis had the nerve to come out of his mouth defending this dude. And as you can see in the visual of this video, there is a screenshot of some direct messages sent between Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. And as you can see in the visual, I can't see it as I'm recording, but just off my memory, I recall that Tank Davis saying that if he found out that Ryan Garcia cheated, that he was going to beat him up. And Ryan Garcia going, the very next message is Ryan Garcia saying that he didn't cheat. When Ryan Garcia, of all people, ladies and gentlemen, of all the people involved in this story, Ryan Garcia knew that he had cheated. You know what I mean? At the time that he sent this message. Um, but my thing is that, Tank, bro, why did you interject yourself? You know what I mean? Why? It doesn't make any sense why you would throw your name in a situation like this, other than, and this is just me doing my investigative reporting. Only way this makes sense, only thing that makes sense of Tank Davis's and Ryan Garcia's friendship, is if they're both on the juice. All right, and there's been rumors out here that Ryan Garcia got his drug plug from Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is a direct link to both Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis. And like I said, this is a video for the real boxing fans only. So if you stands, you casuals find this video and y'all in the comment section uh, crying and whining, whatever, you know what I mean. But we all know that Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather have had these fake back and forths, and even if it's not fake, they're always going back and forth. You know what I mean? It's like a big brother, a little brother situation. And it's like every 6 months they either fighting, and then a couple months after that they cool. A couple months after that they back fighting. So who's to say that just because Leonard Ellerbe is no longer working with Floyd Mayweather and is working with Gervonta Tank Davis permanently, who's to say that these two jabronis still don't have a relationship to some extent? Um, And like I say, I don't know, man. It's crazy work. I think that the only person that Floyd Mayweather is truly threatened by is Devin Haney, and so it would make sense for him to collude with a Gervonta Tank Davis and a Ryan Garcia. Um, Another reason why I think this is a problem, or I think that Floyd is directly in cahoots with these two dudes, and I think Tank is on the juice. Uh, Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. One second. Let me answer this text message really quick. So sorry about this. Very important message. But no. I'm sorry. I kind of lost my thoughts. Uh, Another reason why I think that Floyd is um, the puppet master in this whole situation. Excuse me, is because the only person he's threatened by is Devin Haney. Floyd is not threatened by Tank Davis. His resume, he knows he's a phenomenal fighter, but nobody's going to have a debate of who's a better fighter between Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather, because you can easily use Floyd Mayweather's resume to best Tank in that argument. It's not so easy with Devin Haney. So I think that, and we know that after his fight with Regis Prograis, Devin Haney was on a beeline mission to fighting Tank Davis. Um, and out of nowhere, Ryan Garcia was talking crazy. And I think that Floyd was behind that as well. I think Floyd still makes money off Gervonta Tank Davis. He is trying to preserve that cash cow as long as he can. And and he knows like we know. He knows because he was right there. If you've seen the spar tape between Devin and Tank, Floyd had a front row seat. He was in the ring watching these two go at it. He knows that Tank ain't got no smoke for Devin. I don't care what these casual fans say. I don't care what the Tanker Bells say. I don't care what the Lion Garcia fans say. Floyd know. Floyd know, like the real boxing fans know. Tank don't want no smoke with Devin. And every time Devin's name is brought up to Tank, he's triggered. You know what I mean? So this is just all my investigative reporting. I'm just putting dots together, putting the ones and ones together and making twos. All of this leads back to Floyd and how both Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia are acting. It seems like they're both having their strings pulled by Floyd, and they're following everything he says in lockstep. In regard, in spite, excuse me, this in spite or despite, I'm not sure which one to use in that one right now. But anyways, in spite of Tank Davis's and Floyd Mayweather's beef, Tank is still gonna do what Floyd say. He's not gonna bite the hand that feeds him. And again, I think that the media plays up this beef between Floyd and Tank, but I think they, you know what I mean, they work together even when they not friendly together. And they definitely work together to campaign against Devin Haney. So This is the only thing that makes sense, to me, why Tank Davis would even defend this fool. It's because he's on the juice. He's in this little collusion with Floyd and Ryan as well, and they're all working together to come against Devin Haney. And and if anybody was to ask why, again, Devin Haney is the number one threat to Floyd Mayweather. It would be Canelo, but Canelo is Canelo's a funny guy. Canelo's also been caught juicing. So, for the real boxing fans that's going to appreciate boxing history and be talking about Canelo in the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, we're always going to mention that Mexican meat that's going to be held against him. Devin Haney has been clean. Devin Haney has been calling out everybody. It ain't just been Tank Davis. He's called out the Shakuras. He's called out the Lomas. He's called out the TOs, all of the quote unquote marquee fighters in his generation, in his era. He's called them out. Nobody wants to fight him. And so he's moved on and he's fought the next best guy. Whether that was Regis Prograis, Jojo Diaz, George Kambosos. Because people forget T.O. was supposed to handle business against George Kambosos, and then he was supposed to face Devin Haney, and T.O. dropped the ball on that. Severely dropped the ball on that, so much so he ain't even asked for a rematch or to get it back in blood from George Kambosos, which I don't understand why y'all boxing fans won't, call out T.O. to get it back in blood, but everybody's telling Devin Haney, he got to go get it back, go get his get back from Ryan Garcia after he was cheated, man. And I was getting annoyed with boxing fans because y'all dudes are so fickle, excuse me. Y'all so willing to jump from this to that. I'm not gonna get upset with y'all, man. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna trigger y'all. I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna keep it, call it right up the line. And if y'all get upset, y'all get upset. Because a lot of dudes out here is playing politics. I'm talking about dudes, common dudes on YouTube making videos. Y'all playing boxing politics, and I don't understand why. You acting like Devin got to do this, that, and the third, but you don't incentivize Tank to do this, that, and the third. You don't tell Ryan Garcia he got to do this, that, and the third. You don't tell Tio, he got to get it back in blood. Y'all got to be a little bit more consistent for me if you want me to respect y'all's opinions. But outside of that, like I said, yeah, man, I think that Tank is on the juice. I think that him and Ryan Garcia are that's where their friendship is bonded, in that they're both doing this funny money stuff. Ryan Garcia has been caught, and Tank Davis, immediately after. I'm gonna say it like this: not immediately after Ryan Garcia got caught, but I feel like Tank not wanting Vada to do the drug testing for his fight against Frank Martin has something to do with Ryan Garcia getting caught. That's just my investigative reporting. You know what I mean? I'm just putting the ones and ones together, just connecting some dots. I feel like Tank didn't want to get caught. I think he knew what that would mean, especially with all of the Ryan Garcia hoopla. He knew what that would mean for his brand. And so he did without it. He did without the drug testing. So, and shout out to 78 Sports. He said something that I think is, it was on my mind, but I didn't verbalize it. But that fight against Frank Martin, Tank is a power puncher, but it looked like he had a little bit more on his punches than he traditionally does. Just throwing it out there, But I'm not gonna even say his performance in the ring is the reason why I think he's on PEDs. As we've seen Tank, go in the ring and handle business like that before. Get the KO, got that one punch power, all that good stuff. We've seen that movie before from Tank. I'm saying I think he's on PEDs because of this friendly buddy relationship that he has with Ryan Garcia all of a sudden, and because he came to Ryan Garcia's defense immediately. You know what I mean? Talking about Ryan Garcia didn't cheat and all this other stuff. And again, I don't think his hate for Devin Haney, it may be. You know what I mean? The only other thing I can think of, other than Ryan Garcia and him being bonded in their PED usage, only other thing I could think of is that Tank Davis hates Devin Haney that much that he's going to do everything except fight him to sabotage Devin Haney. He won't sabotage Devin Haney by, beating him in the ring, but we're going to play the boxing politics. We're going to do all of this talking, diminishing his value in interviews and on Twitter and all this kind of stuff that these dudes are into. All these weird boxing politics, like I say, it's all weird. It's even weirder that boxing fans are participating in it. It's like, bro, y'all get. I don't think y'all getting any money. Y'all not getting the fights that you want. So what's the benefit of fans playing the politics that the powers that be, that they all playing? Y'all playing into their hands with this silly stuff. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on it, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments section. Please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live. And as well, if you're not already, please sub to the channel as we get real busy over here on this platform. I am Tony the Savant. Peace.